Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Earthbound. I am Atyrum, and right now we're going to head over to Liar Exaggerate's house because I've completely forgot to do this. I think I mentioned that I needed to not forget, but there is something kind of important that we need to be shown here. It is completely skippable, and I feel like every time I play this game I've completely forgotten to do this. But it's really a good idea to come back here because it does set up some stuff for the story later on. But yeah, like I said, it is completely skippable. You could completely not do this, and I mean, you'd still be able to play the game. But yeah, it's kind of weird that they don't make this, mandatory or something like that. But anyway, so he's showing us something deep in this cave over here. Apparently, he's found some kind of treasure. I don't know why he trusts us of all people. I mean, we're some random 10-year-old kid, I'm assuming, who lives down the road a little ways. But anyways, he's got this giant golden statue who we can't talk to. And there goes that noise. That means something important is going on. Well, actually, I think that was a little bit different than the usual noise. But anyways, so apparently he showed us the thing, and then he said, okay, now get out of here, go home. I've shown you the thing. I don't want you to get greedy. Keep that word in mind, by the way, greedy. Just remember that, alright? Anyways, so now that we've shown that off, I'm going to go ahead and cut back until we are back in Onet, and then we're going to continue on with the rest of the story. Alright, so here we are back in Onet, and off camera I did a little bit of grinding real quick because while this game usually doesn't really require grinding because it does, it is a little bit on the easier side. It's not going to be, super difficult, but coming up on the first boss fight here, it can be a little bit on the challenging side. So I went ahead and grinded for a couple of levels, and I did end up getting a bit more money because I did do that grinding. Money, of course, shows up in your ATM. Your dad deposits money as you defeat enemies. So now we can go ahead and we can pick up the cheat bracelet here. And I don't think I, oops, don't need anything else. I don't think I equipped the, oh no, I did equip it. Okay, I was just wondering. I didn't think I equipped the baseball cap, but I guess I did. Okay, so we're basically all maxed out on the equipment we can get at the current time. So now our current objective is to head down and, oops, gotta watch out for the truck right there. Our current objective is to get down this way and kick out the sharks, the local gang that we mentioned last episode. I did fight a couple of them off camera just to make sure I was ready for it because I didn't want to, embarrass myself by doing that. I suppose we can dig through the trash real quick. There's a can of fruit juice, that's nice. Do have to watch out because we have a limited amount of inventory space and we're actually out of space right now. But we're probably getting in a couple fights in the sharks hideout, the game corner here. Apparently I beat up this guy's buddy, but yeah, we should, take a little bit of damage here while we're fighting these guys. Yeah, the pogo punks, they tend to miss quite a bit, so they're not really that much of a concern. Some of the other enemies can do a fair bit of damage. Do I want to throw something away for the hamburger? Yes, I do. Cookies are one of the worst healing items, so a hamburger is actually a much better option. I think cookies only heal like 6 HP, whereas hamburgers heal a great deal more. I guess that guy doesn't even want to fight us. We'll deal with that guy in a second, but up here there's a couple more guys. Who's this guy? Okay, so apparently Frank, the leader of the sharks here, has a incredibly powerful weapon. Spanky. That's a funny nickname. So anyways, this guy gave us a little tip about equipping items in case you didn't know how to do that. But obviously we have played this game before, so we know how to equip items. Yeah, I think we definitely leveled up quite a bit, so I think we're definitely at a point where we can take these guys on. But if you just roll into Onet without doing any kind of grinding or anything like that, you're going to get torn apart by the sharks. Especially if you go walking in the town, you can actually get like 2 or 3 of them sneak up on you. And it's really hard. You got to get them stuck on something if you want to get away from them. But yeah, if you want to get away from them, you kind of get them stuck on something because otherwise they are faster than you and they will catch up with you. Oh, okay, so we got to tell that guy that no, we don't want to become a member. I think it's kind of funny because he says, come back after you've beaten Earthbound then, because, you can't beat Earthbound until you've gotten past him. Because it's required for to beat the game in order to do that. So I almost do wonder if you like hack the game so that you got all the way over there. Like if you hack the games and get past all the blockades that are in the way and just went straight back here after you beat the final boss of the game, like I wonder if you'd say anything different or if they didn't bother doing that because they assumed people wouldn't hack the game or something. I don't know. Anyways, you can see a whole bunch of sharks out there. That's what I was talking about. You know, like they can like gang up on you and do some serious damage. I did actually get a game over while I was grinding because I fought a couple of them before I was ready. But anyways, here's our first real boss battle. This is Frank. He's the leader of the sharks. He's got some groovy music going on. We did pick up Psi Hypnosis. We can give that a try. I don't think I ever used Hypnosis. Oh, and our guts went down. What guts do... Okay, that didn't work. What guts do is they can save you if you take an amount of damage that would have normally killed you. I think guts is the one that would allow you to hang on with 1 HP. So you could have, you know, like 50 HP left, someone could do 300 damage to you and you'd still survive it with 1. But yeah, that was pretty easy, but that's not it. Frank does have a secondary form, if you could call it that. That little robot you can see hiding behind that tree. We're going to fight against that. And when you're fighting against this thing, you want to keep your HP up super high. This thing can only attack every other turn. And between attacks, it's going to put off a burst of steam or something like that. That fruit juice did not heal enough, but luckily we got another free turn in here. But yeah, he can do a lot of damage. I think he can do upwards of 30 damage, which is quite a bit at this point in the game. And of course, you gotta watch out for smash hits, which are the criticals of this game. I think they do double damage. I'm not 100% sure though. But yeah, let's go ahead and bash him. Yeah, when it says tore into you, that kind of means it's doing, you know, a lot more damage than usual. Because enemies kind of have a random assortment of types of attacks they'll throw at you. I mean, some enemies can use PSI against you, and some enemies will have, you know, like, they'll have kind of a weaker attack. Sometimes they'll have a stronger attack. Like, for this guy, it was the tore into you kind of attack. But anyways, so Frank here is telling us about Giant Step, which is where there is some kind of something going on, and we want to go check it out. And since we've beaten the sharks, oh, we got a phone call. Hello, it's your dad. Oh, okay. Your dad will call you every so often if you don't save the game. And so he'll call you and be like, hey, don't you want to, you know, save your game and quit for a little while? And I'm like, no thanks, that's alright, because I've been using save states, so, oh, and that guy came up and said yeah to me. I didn't even talk to him. Yeah, these guys seem to respect us a little bit more now that we've beat them up and beat up their boss. So let's go ahead and talk to the mayor. I gotta figure out where the town hall up here is. Funny little tidbit, but years and years ago, when I was still making mods for the game Star Wars Battlefront 2, I was actually making a map that was based off of the first town in this game, Onet, the one we're walking through right now. I never really got that far into it, but actually that might end up being something we end up playing on this channel. It was never released because it wasn't ever finished, but I think it'd be a cool thing to go back and look at. What does this guy say? Oh, okay, I thought he was blocking the path. We had to actually talk to him. This is our mayor up here, Mayor Perkle. Hey, hey, hey! Okay, so he's gonna give us a key to the Touring Entertainer's Shack, which is the only way to get into Giant Step. And he basically just wants us to take any responsibility. He doesn't want to be responsible if we get ourselves hurt. Yeah, great mayor there. He's like, hey there, 10-year-old kid, I'm gonna let you go do some dangerous things, and I don't really care as long as I don't have to take responsibility for it. Great guy. Vote Mayor Perkle for the 2018 Onet elections. By the way, there was actually a funny little dialogue I don't want to miss over here. Maybe this guy? He's got a little bit of a information for us. What's the deal with wetting the bed? Because the mayor said something about making the sharks wet their pants. This guy was talking about wetting your bed, and I know there's another line of dialogue later in the game about wetting the bed. It seems to be a recurring theme. No, that doesn't actually have any story ramifications. That's just some random little theme. Did I tell you that I saw a giant ant one time at Giant Step? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to spoil it for you. I love puns. I'm sorry, but I know, you know, puns are kind of, depending on who you talk to, they're either the lowest form or the highest form of humor. I tend to, you know, agree with the highest form of humor. I do quite enjoy my puns. So anyways, I think there's a couple things I do want to show off around the town before we get too far. And we'll probably save Giant Step for next episode. I do want to kind of show off, you know, the game in its entirety, so I do want to kind of talk to some of the people around the town and all that kind of stuff and make sure we don't miss anything. I mean, this isn't like a speed run or anything like that, and this girl here is kind of foreshadowing one of our party members, Katie, who we'll be getting to later, talking about how she has some PSI powers, like us, although, as we'll come to learn, she has many more offensive powers, whereas our main character has more like recovery and defensive powers with, you know, a couple of offensive ones. Anyways, this is the hospital here. You go here if you have status conditions. You can be... there's a variety of status conditions. We'll talk about it as we get to them. This is the pizza place, but I guess it's not open yet. I guess I never really bothered going to the pizza place, so I didn't really know that. The bakery you can buy some healing items from, but we don't really need any healing items at the moment. We can go ahead and take a look what they have. Cookies are not very good. Bread rolls. Skip sandwiches are an item you can eat, and I think they heal your health, but they also allow you to walk faster, so they can be kind of nice. They do have a bit of utility. This is the police station. We'll be visiting there a little bit later. A couple of other houses out here. Some of these you can't enter, you just knock at the door, like this one. Okay. And yeah, there's just so many little tidbits in this game. I mean, I really want to take the time to, you know, show off everything. You know, I'm not gonna... I mean, in my Pokemon Silver playthrough, I've, you know, kind of just been going through the game and skipping all the random side stuff and skipping all the random battles, but I mean, for this series, I do know that, you know, probably fewer people have played Earthbound, so I want to make sure I show it off. And by the way, I do intend to play the sequel to this game, Mother 3, which did not ever get an English release, but there is an unofficial English translation available on the internet, and I have played it before. I don't know if I'll play Earthbound 0, aka Earthbound Beginnings, aka Mother 1, because honestly, while Mother 3 doesn't really continue the story of this game after it's over, Earthbound 0 / Earthbound Beginnings / Mother 1 has even less of a connection to the later two games, so I don't really think it's necessary to play that one. This here's a hotel. You can go there to heal your HP, and I don't know if your PP gets healed too. It does cost money though, and I think that sets your kind of your respawn point, so if you do get a game over, you'll end up back at the last hotel you spent the night at. When I got a game over earlier while I was grinding, I ended up back over at my house because I hadn't actually visited a hotel yet. But anyways, yeah, I am definitely planning on playing Mother 3 after this game, but I don't want to talk too much about that. I don't really need any hints right now. I think this is the hint house, maybe. But anyways, I do plan on playing Mother 3. Mother 3 is definitely in my, honestly, top 3 favorite games of all time. So I really, really do want to play that one. But I'll try to avoid talking too much about it because this is Earthbound. I want to make sure we stay focused on this. And Earthbound is definitely a really good game too, and I want to make sure, you know, I show it off to its fullest. I don't remember what house this is. I guess we can't go to this one. East is the opposite of west. But yeah, I think that's just about all the major features of the town. I don't think there's really anything major that we missed. But yeah, okay, so let's head on up, and we're probably going to end the episode off. I don't know how long this has gone on, but we'll probably end the episode off. Ooh, this is a big building over here. Something secretive is going on right behind this door, apparently. If they're whispering, then me being able to hear them means they're like right there. Anyways, one little thing I can show off real quick is if I think I'm high enough level. Yeah, so one nice little feature about this game is that, ooh, I got a level up too. If you're at a certain point and you would basically get into a battle and one-hit kill an enemy anyways, it doesn't even prompt you to get into the battle. You basically just get an instant victory, which is really nice for... I mean, I guess it's kind of nice for grinding, but at the same time, these monsters aren't giving us so much experience. I just happen to be at a low enough, or have Oh, I think we have to actually use the item. I just happen to not have very much experience to go to the next level, so that made it a little bit easier to just get a little bit of experience. But anyways, it tends not to be the best way to grind because the enemies that you can one-shot tends to not give enough experience to really be worth it. So anyways, here we are in Giant Step. I'm going to go ahead and end the episode off here. And next time we'll head through here and we're going to find, as we'll come to see, the first Your Sanctuary location, the first of 8. But don't worry, I mean, I know I'm only 2 episodes in, and we're already at the first of 8, so you'd almost think, you know, okay, well, there's 8 of them. It took 2 episodes to get to the first one, so it'll only be a 16-episode series. Trust me, this is going to be a much longer series than that. This is a fairly long game, so, yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode of Earthbound. Bye-bye.